Hey everybody, I'm Lou. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this November 2023 forecast. So this is a general astrology and tarot card reading, and I do recommend that you watch for your rising sign first if you know it. Then you can watch your sun sign and your moon sign afterwards if you wish to do so, but the rising sign is going to be the most accurate. Also, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That really helps me and also helps me to continue to produce these forecasts down the track. Now, as always, I wish to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land that I'm doing these readings on, the Gumbaynggirr people, and recognize their continued connection to their culture and country. I wish to pay my respects to the elders past, present, and emerging, and I recognize that this is and always will be Aboriginal land. Let's get into the forecast. Hello there, Cancer. Welcome to your November 2023 reading. I'm Lou and I'm so glad you're here with me. Let's open up the reading with Hecate's The In-Between. Okay, so this month we are in Scorpio season and that represents your 5th house, okay? So your 5th house energy, you've got the sun there, you've got Mars there, you've got Mercury there. We're having a new moon in Scorpio on the 13th of November. Now that new moon is important, okay, because it is in a really tight conjunction with Mars and it's making a tight opposition with Uranus in Taurus. So what that really means is that this new moon is like every new moon is a new beginning, but this is a really big catalyst for change. Mars and Uranus, both planets make really dramatic, sudden changes in our lives. So this moon, there could be a big change. Now, the in-between card emphasizes the fact that you're in between two situations, in the in-between world, between cycles in your life, in this in-between newness, in between the old and the new. And so also the other moon that we have this month on November the 27th is a full moon in Gemini, and that full moon is in your 12th house. Now that 12th house activation, the 12th house is the house of undoing. It's the last house in the chart before we move back into the first house. Okay, so whenever that is activated, it is an ending. So this full moon is a double full moon ending for you. So the new moon is a double new beginning, new change, and the full moon is a double ending for you, particularly Cancer. Now that Gemini full moon is making a tight opposition to Mars, who will be in your 6th house by that point, by the end of the month, and is making a T-square with Saturn, who is in Pisces in your 9th house. So you are literally around that moon at the end of the month, you're literally between worlds. You're literally in this in-between space where you may not be able to see what is going to unfold for you in the future. And you're being asked to let go of a lot, release a lot. Releasing specifically, most likely, ways of doing things like a lifestyle choices, habits, patterns, life patterns, or behavioral patterns, and also releasing your perspective on something. So maybe there's going to be a massive perspective shift for you, Cancer, at the end of the month. Would be my guess. And possibly it is that a certain way of living your life can no longer go forward for you, and in order for you to shift into a new way of life, you need to get your head in the game. Your head needs to shift. Your mentality needs to shift. Your mindset about something needs to shift in order for you to shift into the new version of what's coming in. And that's why you're in this in-between stage, because until you make those shifts on the mental level, until you make those shifts in your mind, this new life cannot come in for you, okay? So there's going to be physical shifts you need to make, but there's also going to be mental shifts that you need to make. And it's going to come out as maybe in resistance, but also as like uncomfortable feelings and uncomfortable experiences that force you, to move out of your comfort zone is really what I'm trying to say. So your comfort zone may become very, very uncomfortable this month, Cancer. We have the Page of Coins as then in the position of what you're coming into this reading with. So you are coming into this reading as an open book, okay? Like recognizing that you are a novice and that you have a lot to learn. That's great as we move into Sagittarius season. So Sagittarius season begins on the 22nd. The sun moves in there, then Mars follows straight away on the 24th. And so we have strong sixth house energy. And sixth house is all about learning. It's all about mastery, getting of yourself. So learning about like that personal growth, personal development, learning about yourself. So that Page of Coins is a good energy to come into that reading with. The other thing about the sixth house for us this month in November, Cancer, is that Mercury will move into the sixth house on the 10th of November. We'll stay until the 1st of December, then move into Capricorn, into your 7th house. And then in December, we'll begin a retrograde. But they will retrograde back into your 6th house. So what I'm trying to say is throughout November, you're going to be getting little snippets of information around what that Mercury retrograde will be, drawing your attention to throughout December. So it's a good idea to pay attention to what's coming up for you in terms of like what I've been talking about with the lifestyle, your habits, your mindset, your mentality, your daily life. Your health even. Get curious with the Page of Coins. Recognize that you don't have all the information and that there is things that you can learn. Now, in the environment, you have a Queen of Coins. So maybe there's somebody in the environment who has the information you need. This may be somebody who really knows her stuff. I'm saying she because it's the Queen, but it can be a male. It doesn't have to be a female. But they may be very aware and very grounded, very smart, but very certain of the way that things are and the way that things should be. So the Queen of Coins is the embodiment of worth, of pure worth and abundance. And so she knows how to create on the materialistic level, which may be something that you need help with, Cancer, throughout, especially as we move into Sagittarius season at the end of the month and when you're engaging with that full moon on the 27th in Gemini. There could be somebody who can help you ground this energy in. So that full moon, like I said, will be undoing a lot. You'll need to surrender a lot in order for it to not come to a head. That this energy with the T-square is very polarized. It pulls us in many different directions at the same time. And so this person, whoever this Queen of Coins is, may be able to help you ground. Alternatively, the environment is asking for you to ground yourself, so maybe spending time in nature, okay? The Queen of Coins also represents Taurus. It's the card that represents Taurus in the tarot, and Taurus is where Uranus is and where Jupiter is right now, so you can tap into that 11th house energy that has been about your social networks, your community. So maybe this Queen of Coins is not just one person, it's a whole community, and that's where you can go for your resources, right? This is a resource for you. The Queen of Coins is your resource. So you can tap into people in your life as a resource and ask them for help if everything feels like it's coming undone for you, Cancer. The universe would ask you to celebrate, Four of Wands, to really celebrate your successes. So anywhere where you're feeling successful, anywhere where you have overcome obstacles, anywhere where you are doing well, celebrate that, especially as we're in Sagittarius season, that self-mastery. It can pull you in and make you very critical and very analytical of yourself, which is something you already kind of struggle with, Cancer, anyway. So this is just calling you to not sink too deeply into that, but actually also celebrate your wins as well. There may be celebrations, they may literally be celebrations in your life. We do have that 5th house activation for the first 3 weeks. 5th house is where we party, it's where we connect on a social level, it's where we let our hair down and we be more free-spirited. So the universe, if that is the case, these cards are telling you that's what you need to do. Come to the situation, come to this month, come to life with a more lighthearted perspective. So the 5th house is a good time to practice that lightheartedness, that childlike exuberance for life, and to find moderation. We have the Temperance here. So maybe, this Queen of Coins is a bit too extreme in that grounded earth energy, that really materialistic energy, because the 12th house is not materialistic at all. So there's this contrast between spirituality and your materialistic world as well that's going on for you this month. And for you, you are the sign of emotion, right? So there's a lot of emotion that will come up for you naturally anyway. And so this grounding and then this celebration is being called to you with the Temperance here. Sorry, I'm rambling a little bit. I'll slow down. With the Temperance card here, it's asking you to really just moderate yourself, to not go too far into any extremes. Okay, so this in between, you may feel like sinking into the extreme of the undoing, the grief, 5 of Cups in reverse, of what you are losing, or you may jump straight into the extreme of where you're going. You may try and avoid through utilizing, tapping into your social realm, overindulge. So the Temperance card is asking you to just be aware of that. Where are you swinging? What I'm hearing is actually, where are you sinking into your comfort zone in order to avoid doing the work? So there's a message for you, Cancer. Take that how you will. The 5 of Cups in reverse does tell me that there is some residual energy, and this is maybe what that full moon is going to bring up for you, of grief, of loss, of sadness. It hasn't been tended to. Maybe it got pushed down. You didn't have time for it. You didn't have the capacity. You didn't have the ability, the skills, or whatever it is to deal with it. This month it may come up. It may resurface. That full moon in the 12th house can be a resurfacing of issues that come up, and particularly if you're making this shift, if you're shifting into something new and there's an issue that will hold you back, it comes to the surface and then it really highlights the problem, which makes it harder or feel like it's harder to shift. But really what it's saying is that this is needing to be addressed. There's some surrendering that you need to do this month, Cancer. It's not going to be easy, it never is, but there's something that you need to surrender and let go of. The 6 of Wands does tell us that you will be successful, you will be victorious, you will navigate this well, even though there's a lot of ups and downs, like a roller coaster. 7 of Coins on the bottom of the deck. Where are you investing your energy, Cancer? This is what I was saying with the Temperance card as well. Are you investing all of your energy into what you've lost? Are you investing into all the future? Are you investing it into overindulgence, into people, but where are you overutilizing your energy where you could maybe pull back and use that energy in a better way? The 6 of Wands does also suggest that you will be recognized for your strengths. Okay, there's a sense of recognition when the 6 of Wands comes out. I like that with the 6th house energy at the end of the month. The 6th house does also encompass your work life, so where you work, your daily work. So you may have some level of recognition, especially when Mars moves in there on the 24th, from then onwards as well. The other thing that's happening this month, which I forgot to mention, was that Venus is moving into Libra. Now that is happening on the 8th, and Venus will be in rulership, so she's going to be feeling really good in Libra, and Libra represents your 4th house, which is the house you naturally rule, so it's a beautiful position to have her in there, okay? So that will bring up a lot of really pleasant emotions. So that's what you can tap into with these 4 of Wands, the pleasant emotions, not the exuberant emotions, with the Temperance card trying to moderate it. It's not going too far. It's not overindulging. It's just really tapping into pleasure and joy and ease and love. Okay, this may be your family. Maybe your family will be a resource for you, and that's where you can get this sense of love and ease from to help you to navigate through this, especially if you are grieving. If there's grief that's come up with this 5 of Cups that hasn't been shifted and needs to be, and other people may not, other people in your external life may not understand, but your family or your close people will understand, and they'll be able to create that safe space for you, Cancer. And we have the 11-year-old self. Yeah, so again, I really like this with the 4th house, Venus in the 4th, and then all the energy in the 5th house at the beginning of the month. So from the 1st until the 22nd, really, For the first 3 weeks of the month, you've got that 5th house energy, and the 5th house is the house of children. So everything I've just said may be applied to your children if you're a parent, but it's also the house of our inner child. And so when we're doing this kind of work, these kinds of things that come up, especially trapped traumas and grief, okay, when we're making these shifts in our lives and things come up for us, it's usually almost always an inner child work that needs to be done. So there's always parts of ourselves that got trapped at certain ages when certain things happened in our lives, and we have to go back and reclaim them. Okay, it's a really big part of being an adult, is reclaiming our inner child and integrating them. So this is a part of doing that. Okay, you'll have Venus there with you in your 4th house from the 8th of November until December 4th. So that's like a good amount of time for you to really invest in doing some inner child work, finding those aspects of yourself that need healing, that need an adult, that need you to love them, and so they can feel safe and comfortable to move forward, so that you can shift out of this in-between state. Okay, because if we're shifting into something new, we can't take these painful inner children with us, because they will have tantrums, they will have they'll create upheavals, okay? They'll have big behaviors, big emotions that we as adults are not allowed to display. So the best way to do that is to find that inner child and create positive attachments within your inner landscape, your inner realms. Create those positive attachments within so that you can create them externally as well. Okay, and we have surrender, low self-esteem. So all of this stuff could be about low self-esteem, and I feel like you Cancer, you get this card a lot. So this could have been an ongoing theme through your life for the last few months, maybe, or forever. Maybe this is coming up from a part of yourself, an inner child part of yourself that has very low self-esteem, and maybe that's what this trapped grief is. That's coming up for moderation, for healing, for integration. Okay, so to move forward into the next stage of your life, into the where you want to go, you need to be able to feel worthy of it. You need to feel this Queen of Coins. Maybe this Queen of Coins is a person that can be an example for you of worthiness, of self-esteem. Okay, so the Queen of Coins, she's quietly confident. She doesn't boast and brag. She's not overly, passionate or enthusiastic like a Queen of Wands, say. She's very grounded, but she's extremely confident. She is so certain of herself. She is so secure. So if you have people in your life that are like that, look at them, observe them, and see what they do differently, how they think differently, okay? Because you can make those shifts within yourself this month too, Cancer. Okay, so that is your month for the November. It's been an absolute pleasure to do this reading for you. Thank you so much for being here with me. Please subscribe to my channel so I can continue to do these readings. And I look forward to seeing you again next time. Take care.